Hi, we're gonna review the NQ session, NQ futures today. We'll be reviewing the chart reading for the NQ futures. Today is August 26th. Primarily trade on price and volume chart reading. So we're gonna focus primarily on the US session, but let's go quickly over the overnight session to see any identify any structural things like support resistances or any key areas. So the gray plus line is my yesterday's high. You can see YH, and then the blue plus line is my today high. So as you can see, it kind of played around the yesterday's high all overnight session, and after that, after midnight, sometime, it broke firmly. It tried to go up, but it came back again, testing in the morning, and then which firmly came with a strong volume on the day. So so if you can see here, okay, we'll be to I'm in Pacific timing. So 6:30 is the US open session. So this bar is the US open. So but prior to that, you can see that the background conditions, there is a strong support, right? So it held the overnight high, yesterday's high all along, and then when it came to that key support level, it held that one and then had a good volume, right? Good support. That's and so the okay the open okay so the opening bar here, you can let me push it here. The opening bar here, good demand came up, and then afterwards the it has some good supply came up when it tried to break the resistance from here, right? So it couldn't do that one, and then it went sideways for a while. So we don't know at this stage, we don't know who is going to win this fight, whether it's going to be demand or supply, so we stay away from that one. So afterwards it gets firmly close above this one. So but that is still not a trade, because this bar, when it broke, you see this volume, it is not such a great volume. As you can see, it's not like a significantly higher volume when it broke. So that's why we are still not clear whether this is going to be a rapid move or not. Also, given the choppy conditions, we don't know who is in the background. I know from here to here the demand is there, but at this level it's still not clear who is going to what is the strength. Is it supply or demand is the strong factor? So as you can see, there was a strong rally afterwards. But never, until here, there was never a good um, uh, uh, an entry point. It was always up bar, but was not like a clear entry point anyway. So so as it starts breaking down this one, I drew this channel, and as you can see, it came up here, and then there is a strong some good supply came up, but still it is not a strong supply. How I say that one is because the volume is not increasing, nor the bar did not close firmly at the bottom end. Even if it had closed firmly, it did not break the previous bar low. See this one, this bar still did not even touch the previous bar low, right? So it closed in the middle, meaning the demand is still there. Okay, and the next bar goes up with a low volume. Okay, meaning that the still the demand is low, and then the next bar starts to go up and then break the resistance, which it couldn't do that one, and then closes below underneath. So at this stage, you can say that the background is strong demand, and then average supply. It's not an insignificant supply, because there is some supply, because the bar is going sideways, and then all bars are not strong. It's a decent average supply, you could say that one, but it's not the strong one. So that is why if you have been in long in any of these bars, you can still hold it, because none of these bars are threateningly supply. Okay, but when this bar starts closing up, see this one, it touches this one and it starts closing up, this is when you take a long. Okay, so as soon as it starts breaking, that's this one, you can take a long. See, the reason why you take a long is not just because it broke the support, because of the background conditions, the significant strength, the demand, and then a poor supply. Because of that reason, you're taking it. So I took this one, and see the next bar. Okay, okay, let me push this a little bit down. See the next bar. So when this bar appeared, I exited in this bar. Okay, the reason why I exited is, look at the volume. That is almost the highest volume of all the bars except the first opening two bars. Opening two bar, two three bars can be choppy, so I typically know those things, know the one two three bars. But you can see this is the highest volume bar of that one. I mean, so it's not an extremely high, but still a high. So I thought this was more like a climactic bar, and given that there is a bar kind of closed slightly at the lower, a little bit on the lower end, made me exit this one. But I should have held this one. That was a mistake on my side. That is why I lost this entire trade. But I mean, but it's still a good gain for me. I mean, it did not lose the still gained stuff. But the fact that this, when climactic bars are extremely high volume bars, like this bar, this bar, you can see this one. This is in a downtrend. This is a climactic bar because a significantly higher volume came up, and in a widespread bar, the bar closing firmly up. So likewise, when at the end of this trend, I was expecting this to be this one, but I should have held it. But see this one, okay, as it start going up, so okay, so even if it's a climactic bar, but this is a climactic bar, but it is still, sorry, I'm confused. There's still a climactic bar, but the next three bars, how you can say that one is, see the declining volume on these three bars. See these three bars, the volume has declined, right? And then there, see the next bar, see this strong volume, and then the bar only moved this much, and then closing in the middle, this one, right? Meaning that it is the end of the uptrend. At least there, now you can, this is the place you could have taken a shot. I couldn't take a shot yet, but because of, I was scared of this strong rally. So that is the reason why I couldn't take it. But yeah, but I read that one. I know this one was a strong, weak, the strong supply that came up into picture. And where is it happening? At the supply line. You see the channel? It is overextended at this stage, and then it's ready to come down. So as you can see, it came down, and then this bar came up, and you can see this one, it held here. So if you have been a short here, this is where you exited. Okay, and after that, so look at this choppy up move. We don't know who is going to win this one. So it's kind of one bar up, one bar, next bar down, one bar up, next bar down, but it's slowly making progress. It's a choppy progress that it is making. So we stay away from such kind of trades. And when it broke this one, see this one, they broke the left side high, and then it held it. And this is a place you can take a long, because after this strong break, you know there is a 2 week, the bars came up and tested this one, which is good place to test it. And as it starts going up, and then see this one, the next bar, when it starts coming rapidly, this is place where you exit. So if you are rapidly coming down, this is where you have to exit at any cost. That is that you have to be dynamic enough. So so when so still the conditions overall is still a very choppy up move, right? When this bar starts rapidly coming down, right? So when this bar starts rapidly coming down, broke this support, and then it broke this supply line in the channel. Sorry, the demand line, not the supply line, the bottom line. This one I took a shot, because now we know, because of the weak choppy move, and then the overextended rally, at least there should be some kind of a good down move, a relief rally that should come up. So this is where you took it. Of course, where is your target? This is your target, right? The lower one, or this one is your target. You touched it, and then you exited. And so see the next bar, and then it starts to go up, couldn't go up, and then, but at least some demand came up. The first sign of demand in this supply, right? And then starts coming down again, broke the support. But what happened? So the purpose of breaking the support is to go downwards. But what happened? This strong demand came. See the volume significantly increasing, meaning that this is a climactic bar in this downtrend. Okay, so climactic bar is nothing like, in a downtrend or an uptrend, you see a high volume, extremely high volume, and then a widespread bar, and especially if it's closing in the middle, that is kind of almost the end of the rally. Okay, so again, so when this went up the my resistance line, I and then closed below it. I thought that maybe okay, so that there will still some kind of a down rally. So that is why I did not take a long here. But if this bar had closed above this one, I would have taken a long. But since that did not happen, I still was not sure if the climactic bar. So typically after climactic bar, it can be that same bar that the reversal can happen, or in this case, you see the climactic. After this climactic bar, it took a couple of bars to reverse. So that is why after this bar happened, I was hoping probably it would come down further to this, because this down move happened in the last 30 seconds. If you see minute by minute bar, you will know that in the last minute bar it came down. So again, so it's a good rally. See, it's a very good rally that started coming up. And so in any of the streets, I did not find a very strong trade. This is one trade you can do. This is another one you can take it. Especially given the background conditions, and then this bar tried to come down and test this area, and then the bar closed in the middle place. But I still did not feel comfortable testing it, and no, sorry, taking a trade, because it's not a strong support like this one or like this one, right? So, but yeah, after that, a good rally happened. So, but nevertheless, see a strong. This is actually an opposite day of a choppy day, typically, because a choppy day, what happens? You don't know what's happening. It will kind of play around the same area, without much action or without much opportunities. And this one is like, it kind of never had a good relief rally. The only relief rally was this one, and then this one. But even these things came up suddenly. It did not was not. This one has, at least this one was a little bit apparent, but this was not even apparent. So, all right, thank you guys.